Today is World Sight Day, and Specsavers has just released a national survey asking how we feel about getting eye exams and why we might not see an optometrist. Naomi Barber is a clinical services director with Specsavers, and we've reached her this morning to chat some more about the Canada Eye Care report. Good morning, Naomi. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with the overall purpose of this report. Why did you do this?
Great question. Yeah, well, at Specsavers, we're on a mission to reduce avoidable blindness caused by undiagnosed eye disease. So this was one of the first and very big step to really understand, as you said, how Canadians feel about optometrists and routine eye exams and the barriers that exist to people accessing eye care.
So what are some of the key findings that came out of this report that maybe some Canadians might be a little bit surprised about?
Yeah, sure. There was lots that came through the report, but I'll share three key things that were really interesting for us. So the first is that 1/3 of Canadians are overdue for their eye exam. In fact, 17% of people who responded to the survey said that the last time they'd seen an optometrist was either over 5 years ago or that they'd never seen one. So that was a big one, and we know that particularly affects children and seniors, and that was what was coming through in the data. The second area is that 51% of people reported that cost was a significant concern when it came to accessing eye care. And as we dig deeper in the data, what we could see is that this came down to provincial insurance coverage and confusion, perhaps over where they were covered, or there was contributions to eye exams, and extended benefits as well. So there's work for us to do to better communicate and articulate and create clarity around what's covered. And finally, and this is the big one, 42% of people said that they felt that if they had a problem with their vision, they would know about it. And as optometrists, we know that simply isn't true. In fact, the majority of major eye conditions that can cause sight-threatening or vision loss concerns actually progress with very little in the way of signs and symptoms. So a really important perception for us to overcome.
So I would imagine that's one of the key findings that you would love for Canadians to take away from that report. Is there anything else that you think that Canadians really need to know?
You got it. Yeah, that's exactly it. I think to add to that, it's really about Canadians understanding what an optometrist does. Many people think, I'll visit an optometrist if I think I need glasses or contact lenses. But that's just one half of what an optometrist does. In fact, those who've seen an optometrist will know that it's a very comprehensive eye health check. And optometrists have lots of advanced diagnostic equipment, things like OCT, that help them visualize the back of the eye and detect the earliest signs of eye conditions before they're causing problems with vision. So that is what an eye exam is, and it's really important, I think, for Canadians to understand that they're getting their eyes checked regularly is super important, not just for their vision, but for overall well-being as well.
Some great tips and great advice. Naomi, thank you so much for your time today. We certainly appreciate it. Once again, Naomi is with Specsavers, and Naomi Barber, Clinical Service Director with Specsavers.
Thank you so much.